बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलातु वस्सलाम अलैका या रसूलल्लाह वस्सलाम अलैका या हबीबल्लाह। प्यारे व्यूअर्स, मैं हूं मलिक फयाज मदवाट एडवोकेट हाई कोर्ट और आप देख रहे हैं मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल। तो प्यारे व्यूअर्स, उम्मीद करता हूँ आप तमाम दोस्त सब खैरियत से होंगे। अल्लाह ताला आप तमाम दोस्तों को सेहत के साथ लंबी जिंदगी अता फरमाए। आज हम पढ़ेंगे सेक्शन 5(13) डिपॉजिट इंस्टेड ऑफ रिकॉग्निजेंस। When any person is required by any court or officer to execute a bond with or without sureties, such court or officer may accept, in the case of bond for good behavior, permit him to deposit a sum of money or government promissory note to such amount as the court or officer may fix in lieu of executing such bond. Section 514. Procedure on forfeiture of bond. Number one, whenever it is provided to the satisfaction of the court by which a bond under this code has been taken, or of the court of a magistrate of the first class, or when the bond is for appearance before a court to the satisfaction of such court, that such a bond has been forfeited, the court shall record the grounds of such proof and may call upon any person bound by such bond to pay the penalty thereof or to show cause why it should not be paid. Number two, if sufficient cause is not shown and the penalty is not paid, the court may proceed to recover the same by issuing a warrant for the attachment and sale of the immovable property belonging to such person or his estate if he be did. जब एक मुलजिम अदालत में पेश नहीं होता तो उसकी जमानतनामा जो है ना जब्त कर दिया जाता है और उसकी जो प्रॉपर्टी होती है जो उसने एज ए फर्ज मलकियत कोर्ट में जमा की होती है तो उसको अटैच कर दिया जाता है। यानी उसकी फर्ज मलकियत जो उसकी प्रॉपर्टी होती है जो एज ए ज़मानत अदालत में जमा होती है तो अदालत जो है उसकी प्रॉपर्टी को जब्त कर लेती है। Number three, such warrant may be executed within the local limits of the jurisdiction of the court which issued it, and it shall authorize the attachment and sale of any movable property belonging to such person without such limits. When endorsed by the district officer revenue within the local limits of whose jurisdiction such property is found. Number 4. If such penalty is not paid and cannot be recovered by such attachment and sale, the person so bound shall be liable by order of the court when issued the warrant to imprisonment in the civil jail for a term which may extend to 6 months. Number 5. The court may at its discretion remit and portion of the penalty mentioned and enforce payment in party only. Number 5. The court may at the discretion remit any portion of the penalty mentioned and enforce payment in part only. Number 6. Where a surety to a bond bond dies before the bond is forfeited, his estate shall be discharged from all liability in respect of the bond. Number 7. When any person who has furnished surety under section 103 7 and section 118 is convicted of an offense, the commission of which constitutes a breach of the conditions of his bond or of a bond executed in lieu of his bond. Under section 514b, a certified copy of the judgment of the court by which he was convicted of such offense may be used as evidence in proceedings under the section against his surety or sureties, and if such certified copy is so used, the court shall presume that such offense was committed by the unless the contrary is proved. Section 514A. Procedure in case of insolvency or death of surety or when a bond is forfeited. When any surety to a bond under this code becomes insolvent or dies, or when any bond is forfeited under the provisions of Section 514, the court by whose order such bond was taken, or a magistrate of the first class, may order the person from whom such surety security was demanded to furnish fresh security in accordance with the directions of the original order, and if such security is not furnished, such court or magistrate may proceed as if there had been a default in complying with such original order. Section 514b. Bond required from a minor. When the person required by any court or officer to execute a bond is a minor, such court or officer by any court or officer to execute a bond or is a minor, such court or officer may accept in lieu thereof a bond executed by security or sureties only. Section सेक्शन 515 इंशाल्लाह कल पढ़ेंगे। कल तक के लिए मुझे इजाज़त दें। इजाज़त लेने से पहले मैं आप तमाम दोस्तों का शुक्र अदा करना चाहता हूँ। जो दोस्त मेरे चैनल पर नए आए हैं उनसे मेरी गुजारिश है कि वो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, घंटी और लाइक के बटन को दबा दें ताकि मेरी हर नई आने वाली वीडियो आप तक पहुँच सके। और एक दफ़ा फिर मैं आप तमाम दोस्तों को बताना चाहता हूँ कि मेरे जितने भी लेक्चर्स इस मेरे चैनल पर अपलोड हुए हैं वो तकरीबन सारे के सारे तकरीबन जुडिशल एग्जामिनेशन के हवाले से बहुत ही अहम है। और जो नए मेरे दोस्त हैं, जो नए मेरे वकला भाई हैं, बहनें हैं, जो इस वकालत के शोबे में इंटर हुए हैं, तो उनके लिए तैयारी के लिए बहुत ही अहम टॉपिक मौजूद है। आप मेरे इन इन लेक्चर से फ़ायदा हासिल कर सकते हैं। अल्लाह आप तमाम दोस्तों का हामी और नासिर हो। अल्लाह हाफिज़।